The sun came out after a long, cold winter.
It's just going to be like, wow, how good does this get?
For St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any better than this.
Oh, but it is a wonderful life, isn't it?
With a parade in Northeast Portland.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Oh, you're
to
good.
celebrate a day everyone can be Irish.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Steve Slavic, on this day,
Steve Slavic. Is it a great day for a parade?
a parade that started to impress his father-in-law, Tom Healy, an Irishman visiting Portland from Michigan,
Oh, man.
who wasn't sure a man with Czech descent
It's just going to be like, wow.
could put on an Irish party.
3,
Steve topped that
2, 1,
and
let's
threw a
go.
parade instead.
Troop number 47, the Boy Scouts, follow that car. My father-in-law said that I could call myself Slavic one time a year. It would be St. Patrick's Day.
He made his father-in-law the very first Grand Marshal.
What started off just kind of very modest and a whim turned out to be like, wow.
That was 1990.
Straight on through, guys, straight on through.
Now, in its 30th year, how it's grown. From one float and more people in it than watching, to a neighborhood event with even more wonderful reasons to celebrate.
Happy St. Patty's Day. This year, after everything that has happened health-wise, man, I am the luckiest guy in the whole wide world. I am George Bailey. And yep, bells are ringing.
It certainly doesn't look like Christmas in Bedford Falls.
Yay! Hello, Bedford Falls!
But like the classic movie, It's a Wonderful Life for Steve Slavic.
You can't beat it.
You can't describe it.
Happy to be striking up the band for another year.
I'm Coach Steve. I got to do elbows.
A man the neighborhood has come to know
Jackson. That's my fighting senator from
as
Madison
Coach
High School.
Steve.
I used to coach her in baseball.
Everyone knows him. He's Coach Steve to everybody, even the kids' parents. You know, everyone calls him Coach Steve.
For the many years he coached his kids and hundreds of others in t-ball, baseball, soccer, and basketball.
I'm just the luckiest guy in the whole wide world.
But days after last year's parade, Coach Steve's luck seemed as if it might run out.
Steve was diagnosed with leukemia in March of last year.
Yeah, last year's parade was a little bit difficult. Almost killed me.
Happy St. Patrick's Day!
Coach Steve and his wife, he calls Coach Julie, had a tough year with chemotherapy.
You know, it's just one of these things like...
Then a stem cell transplant at OHSU.
In less than a year, I'm leukemia-free. It's like, honest to God, it's like a miracle. But I tell you what, it's a wonderful life, Gene. I'm like George Bailey. I mean, look at this.
Awesome, yeah.
And I mean, everybody, it's just, this is so good.
Nothing like neighbor Steve and neighbor Julie.
Oh, yeah.
A parade of family, friends, neighbors who helped them through.
And how fitting for Steve. We're so happy for him, and the whole neighborhood obviously comes together for this.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
A man who's given so much to them. As Clarence, the guardian angel in Steve's favorite movie, said,
Strange, isn't it? Each man's life touches so many other lives.
Oh, Clarence is always there. And I've got a whole bunch of Clarences.
and like George Bailey, whose friends made him the richest man in town,
Oh, I tell you, George Bailey thought he had it good. I got it better.
on this St. Patrick's Day in his town, Coach Steve feels like
Happy St. Patty's Day.
the luckiest.
Oh man, Phil, it doesn't get any better, does it? Happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh, I just love him.
Isn't he great?
I just love him.
I want to recognize our amazing photojournalist, Kurt Austin, who worked with me on that story.
Yeah, you told me earlier it was a labor of love for the two of you because you've met him in the past and you knew about this update. And
We did the story 14 years ago, so it was
Yeah.
really fun to go back and such an honor to tell his story.
Oh, I can only imagine. We can tell the way that story was put together. Amazing job. I do want to know, does Coach Steve have plans? I mean, for next, I know we're hours after the parade, but is he thinking ahead
Of course,
to next year?
yes, he already is. Bigger
he
and
is.
better, and he wants to celebrate the whole city with a Thank You Portland parade. So watch for that, the 31st annual St. Patrick's Day parade.
Well, based on what we just saw, it'll be a big one. So, Laurel, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime.